From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good morning and happy Friday. Our weather continues to be very stagnant. We'll have air stagnation and fog through 4 p.m. on Tuesday at least, dry through next Wednesday at least, and high temperatures staying fairly steady for the middle to later portions of January. Okay, right now you're taking a live foggy look at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. This view coming courtesy of our Central Washington Outdoor.com camera. And yes, very dense fog this morning in the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, and we have seen some fog ebbing and flowing this morning for the Blue Foothills. So far, it just has not come to fruition for the Lower Columbia Basin, but we'll continue to keep a very close eye on it. There has been some mist this morning in the Tri-Cities, and so if this temperature gets down at 32 degrees, we could see slick roadways. In fact, I think all of us in lower elevations, in fact, just all of us, anyone getting this signal right now should just bank on there could be some slick spots on the roadways due to fog, due to mist, and due to those temperatures below 32 degrees. Okay, we're going to be socked in with fog all throughout the day in the Yakima Valley. A lot of us are going to be gray and yucky for today with high temperatures around 40. I'll have more to say about the air stagnation aspect of this forecast coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a Kennewick neighborhood voicing concerns about a newly proposed group home that will soon house convicted sex offenders. Coming up, we're going to hear what residents and local officials are saying.
And a $242 million budget gap is creating tough choices for the Oregon Department of Transportation, as state roads could now face delays without new funding. We'll break down the challenges ahead and what these decisions could mean for Oregon commuters.
And you could learn a life-saving skill rather, in just an hour. It's a free event in Richland, and it's teaching people how to act fast in emergencies. Coming up, we will see the community in action as residents get hands-on CPR training. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Dalal.
And I am Jade Elliott. It is Friday, January 16th. We hope everyone's had a great week, and we're headed into the weekend.
That's right, exciting stuff. And we do want to start your top stories off, and we're starting with continuing coverage on the potential opening of a group home for sex offenders.
So there was a neighborhood meeting just last night. Three members of the community and some elected officials spoke out against the home, which would house level 3 sex offenders, which are classified as having the highest risk of reoffending.
Those concerns cited fears of safety of children and elderly people who live near the home.
I feel sorry for the fact that we have this kind of people, but that's not this community's problem. It's not their fault.
Where do you think they should go?
They should stay at McNeil. They should stay in the penitentiary. Some of them are mentally disturbed.
So the group is looking for people to contact the Washington Department of Social Health Services to try and stop the agreements currently in progress for the house.
They're also looking to hire an attorney who helped prevent a similar home from being put into a neighborhood in Western Washington.
6:03 now, looking to your voice, your vote in Sunnyside. As a new chapter begins, the city welcomes its freshly elected mayor, Vicky Frausto, chosen by her fellow council members. Now, she has deep roots in Sunnyside and strong presence in the political scene, having been born and raised in Sunnyside and previously serving as a council member before stepping into her new role as mayor. She holds a double bachelor's degree from the University of Washington in political science and American ethics, along with a master's degree in public administration focused on governance. Stepping into the mayor's office is a moment filled with a mix of emotions and a heavy responsibility.
But then I look up and you see a crowd of folks cheering and applauding and having a feeling of hope and gaining a feeling of inspiration and being in a moment that was a pretty historic moment for the city of Sunnyside allowed me to then relish more into the joy of it for just a little bit.
The mayor will serve a 2-year term and maintain her council seat for the following 4 years.
Taking you to Oregon now, where the state's transportation department faces a nearly $245 million budget shortfall that could force layoffs and service cuts. The funding crisis stems from House Bill 3991, which voters have petitioned for a statewide referendum. The bill would raise revenue through higher gas taxes, vehicle registration fees, and a new road use charge for electric and hybrid vehicles. Without new funding, ODOT warns of reduced road maintenance, slower emergency response, and cuts to DMV services.
There's a situation in which no new funding is provided and ODOT has to operate within its current budget limitations. And if that was the case, we estimate it would be about 1,000 positions cut from our agencies.
For now, ODOT will hold off on layoff notices until funding decisions are finalized.
And 6:05 taking you to Richland now, where neighbors in the Tri-Cities are starting 2026 with a life-saving resolution by learning a skill that could make the difference between life and death. The American Red Cross teamed up with board member Carmel Perez and the Riverfront Hotel in Richland to host New Year, New School. It's a free hands-only CPR training event. The goal is to train 100 people in just an hour. Cardiac arrest can happen anywhere at any time, at home, at school, at work, at the gym, and every second counts. So by teaching everyday people how to perform CPR, the Red Cross hopes to give the community the confidence to act before first responders arrive.
My community is important to me. I would be overjoyed, just thrilled to hear that, hey, this class that you gave, or this class that you guys held for the Red Cross allowed us to save a life.
Now, the Red Cross says that they've already filled 28 of the 100 spots. Perez says the class will be in both English and Spanish and hopes that these classes will also help bridge the gap between the Hispanic community and the Red Cross. Class begins at 10 a.m. on January 31st at the Riverfront Hotel in Richland.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Seattle Kraken goalie Joey Daccord isn't just stopping pucks. He's setting the tone on the ice. After a long road to the NHL, Daccord's intensity and aggressive style have made him a key spark for this Kraken team. We'll tell you how in your player profile after the break.
And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. A little bit of fog and clouds settling into the valley. I know, it's kind of eerie out there this morning. 7 minutes after 6 on this Friday, and Chief Meteorologist Josh Culber is going to break down your first alert forecast after the break.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Yakima. One weekend only. Yakima Sundo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age, featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. January 24th and 25th. Yakima Sundo. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
There was a nice lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. I need a bigger house, but with so many choices, who can I trust to help me with a loan? So she called her friends for advice, and they knew exactly what to do.
Yakima Federal helped us when the big bad wolf blew our house down. They had great service and offered a fantastic rate on our new home construction loan. And they won't sell your loan to the big bad wolf.
I'll call them tomorrow. Skip the wolves. Trust Yakima Federal with your next home loan. You'll be glad you did.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow, and Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm the key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose, and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Kraken, Mammoths. Coverage begins at 2 Saturday on My Network TV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to find ourselves in this air stagnation pattern and pattern of foggy mornings, gray days. Sometimes the fog has lingered all throughout the day. Okay, first we're going to focus in on the air quality aspect of this. Just some moderate reductions in air quality for the time being. This is not as bad as what this map looked like a couple mornings back, where we did have some reductions in air quality that were unhealthy in the lower Yakima Valley. But this air stagnation advisory, my sneaking suspicion all throughout the week is that this was going to get extended another couple days, and voila, there it is. It got extended to 4 p.m. on Tuesday for all lower elevations. So yes, lack of movement in the atmosphere, lack of winds can allow smog and yucky stuff to settle down at the lower elevations. That's why air quality can be reduced. If you have a pre-existing respiratory illness, listen to your physician's advice. Outdoor burning is highly recommended against. And of course, you can find all these bits and pieces of information listed online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Very thick fog still this morning dominating the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. It has subsided a little bit for the Bluefoot Hills. It really hasn't impacted the lower Columbia Basin yet, but just know that all of us today will have an opportunity for fog and low-lying stratus clouds for tonight. It's going to be the same thing for tomorrow. It's going to be the exact same thing. You can find all this information also listed online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Our forecast going to continue to stay dry through the Wednesday to Thursday time frame. Maybe a pivot after that we'll talk about coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. Talking sports now, and the Seattle Kraken's goalie Joey Daccord isn't just a stopper.
Our very own Jake Gable explains why he's got the fiery heart that ignites the team spirit. Here's your player profile of the week.
The Kraken Player Profile, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
The Seattle Kraken's goalie Joey Daccord isn't just stopping pucks. He's the energy spark for this team. His path to the NHL was not easy. He was a late draft pick, and he spent years in the minor leagues, learning and grinding. But that long journey is exactly why he plays with such passion. He knows he earned his spot. On the ice, Daccord is dynamic. He's aggressive, always challenging shooters, and quick to start the offense with his stick. He doesn't sit back, he attacks the game. He brings a focused intensity to every single shift. He has stepped up this season to be the reliable starter, putting up numbers that make him one of the best in the league. Daccord proves that a committed work ethic and relentless belief in your ability is what matters most. He is the backbone that the Kraken trust. Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And with every save, he fuels the team's drive and inspires fans.
And Utah is going to get a taste of Seattle as the Kraken take on the Mammoths. You can watch the Kraken game right here on ABC's Apple Valley News Now and on our My Network TV station as well.
And keep it here, because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking. It's all coming up in that full First Alert weather forecast in just a few minutes.
The 4-day holiday sale is on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress Stores as they celebrate with big discounts store-wide on new looks for the new year and the best selection of bedroom, dining room, comfortable and modular sectionals.
And today through this Monday, you can save up to 40% off store-wide or take advantage of no interest financing until 2031.
So you can get that home theater sofa you've been wanting and pay over time.
Today through Monday at Walker's.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Yakima. 1 weekend only. Yakima Sundo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age, featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. January 24th and 25th. Yakima Sundo. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
I have 2 options for you to take a look at. What do you think? From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Fast removal, fast installation. Our remodels take only days, not weeks, so you can love your bathroom sooner. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
Culligan helps you take control of your home's water with the world's most efficient softeners and drinking water systems. Culligan also gives you more control of your wallet with a variety of payment options. For better water and finances that fit, contact your local Inland Northwest Water expert today.
When weather is the big story.
A highway partially collapsed. Highway 12 near Natchez.
Big story coverage.
The river is continuing to rise.
Only one station.
Several rescues are also taking place.
Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Next live, Walton Goggins plus Haley Lou Richardson, and we reveal hidden dangers at home for kids.
Remember when we childproofed the whole house?
I do.
And then we couldn't get into anything.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
A replay of last night's Kraken game today at noon on the new My Network TV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Maybe one day we'll be able to talk about something other than dry weather, but at least through the next Wednesday to Thursday time frame, that is unfortunately just not going to be the case. Okay, and here's why. We've been showing you this all week, and we're going to continue to do so because the pattern is staying the same. An area of high pressure over the Pacific Rim, acting sort of as a weather force field, keeping all of this active weather in the Pacific away from us. It skirts up into the Canadian provinces and eventually falls back down to the other half of the United States. Okay, so let's take it back down to the Tri-Cities for today, a more practical forecast. It's going to be gray and foggy to start off this morning, and then I'm thinking the low-lying stratus clouds probably going to stick around for most of the day like they did for yesterday. So a gray, gloomy forecast, and cold too, as we'll have a hard time making it to 40 degrees, but that's pretty normal for the middle of January. Of course, you can see hour-by-hour temperatures and wind gusts and precip chances and sky coverage for your exact home address, all by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. And I promise you, later this winter, we'll have more stuff to track with that interactive radar feature. Okay, this is kind of comical at this point, but I think it really drives home the point of just how dry we are in the Tri-Cities. No precip chances over the next 7 days, but if this extended out just one more day to next Friday, I do think there would be like a 10% or a 20% here. There are some indications that the pattern will flip back to more of an active one, but that's still 7 to 8 days out. That can definitely shift. In the meantime, high temperatures not shifting at all, as they'll continue to stay pretty normal for the middle to later portions of January. So we'll keep it around 40 degrees through Wednesday, maybe a touch warmer by the time we get to next Thursday, which would be about 5 degrees warmer than normal. And then those overnight lows going to stay put in the mid to upper 20s, also pretty normal stuff. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Keeping the forecast dry with freezing fog possible over the next handful of mornings. And then for Yakima, Stockton with fog and low-lying clouds for the next 5 days at least. And then in Ellensburg, maybe a few hours of afternoon sunshine each day, but otherwise a pretty foggy and gray forecast. For Hermiston, a cold and dry forecast that stays foggy and cloudy through at least Tuesday. And finally, for Walla Walla, also tracking air stagnation and fog through Tuesday, maybe finally seeing something else later next week.
All right, 6:18, check this out. If you think your child or your dog is taking too long to grow up, be glad they aren't dinosaurs. Because there's a new study out, and it says T-Rex didn't fully grow until about 35 to 40 years old.
You know, I wish that was kind of a thing in this economy today. But it's way longer than scientists thought before. They used to believe the T-Rex was done growing by age 25. Researchers figured this out by spotting new growth rings in fossil leg bones, and they used special polarized light.
They also found dinosaurs didn't grow the same every year. It depended on how much food was around.
Well, yeah, that's how I grow every year too, depending on how much food's around, right? So yes, the T-Rex was a little bit of a late bloomer, but on a very large scale.
Let's bring that back. Let's make,
interesting. It's just
your
wild
child
to
up
me.
until 35.
All those things that they just find,
I know,
and they're
like the new technology.
All of a sudden,
yeah.
we're learning more about T-Rex.
Polarized light did that?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we already had polarized light, but I guess not, yeah.
It's wild.
I like to, how kids kind of haggle their age. Well, I'm really 4 and 3/4. Imagine the dinosaurs doing. I'm more like 26 and 3/4.
Right. It's like, hey,
still growing.
Yeah, I'm still a kid.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Pete Davidson bringing the laughs live from his garage. Coming up in your entertainment headlines, we're going to see what to expect from his new podcast series that's debuting later this month. All that and more coming up after the break.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota. Toyota has 25 all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles, more than any other brand. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Home isn't just walls at a roof, it's where hope begins. With Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity, you can build that home together with people who care. Our path to ownership is affordable and supportive, with education and partnership at every step. Wondering if you qualify? Fill out our online application. We are building in Benton and Franklin counties and in Walla Walla. Apply online today. Let's build the place you'll call home.
At Core Powder Coating, we bring metal to life. From industrialized parts to custom projects, we specialize in high-end finishes that protect, perform, and stand out. The 35-foot oven, 5-stage chemical wash, and climate control facility, we handle the jobs the others can't and do it right the first time. Core means commitment, organization, reliability, and excellence. And that's exactly what you'll get on every job. Core Powder Coating, where quality meets color. Visit corepowder.com or visit us in Richland.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
A sledding adventure. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, Matthew McConaughey is trying to get ahead of any potential unauthorized AI deepfakes by trademarking himself.
U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has approved 8 McConaughey trademarks over the past few months, and they include video and audio of the Oscar-winning actor, including him saying his famous catchphrase, "All right, all right, all right."
Well, his lawyers say they don't know of any unauthorized instances of his likeness being manipulated by AI yet. The trademarks would give McConaughey standing to sue in federal court.
State laws already protect actors from having their image or likeness copied to sell products, but his lawyers say the trademarks could also help discourage AI videos that aren't explicitly selling a product. So he's just getting ahead of it, so smart.
Yeah.
And best-selling author Colleen Hoover is opening up about her battle with cancer. She talked about her recent cancer diagnosis on social media earlier this week.
In her post, she said on Monday that was her second to last day of radiation. Hoover said her cancer has been removed and that she doesn't need chemotherapy.
Hoover has been busy despite her health challenges. Her latest novel, Woman Down hit shelves on Tuesday.
And a number of film adaptations are in the works, including Reminders of Him and Verity.
In more entertainment news this morning, the next round of movie popcorn and drinks is on Zoe Saldana. She has just officially become the highest grossing actress ever thanks to her role in Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Saldana has appeared in 3 of the most financially successful movies of all time: 2009's Avatar, its 2022 sequel, and 2019's Avengers Endgame. She's also the first actress to star in 4 movies that have each earned more than $2 billion worldwide. Cha-ching.
And according to a tally from Numbers, her films have brought in nearly $15.5 billion. Anybody know her?
Good on her.
Friends with her?
All right, direct from his garage, Saturday Night Live alum Pete Davidson will host a new video podcast series starting later this month. The Pete Davidson Show. It's going to air exclusively on Netflix starting January 30th.
The weekly show will feature interviews with Davidson's famous friends, primarily from his garage. The show will occasionally go on the road.
No word yet on who Davidson's first guest will be. Sounds pretty interesting. I might have to check it out.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It just makes a lot of sense.
I just think of like that 70s show kind of vibe.
Yeah, for sure. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Small town business owners are getting some big help as the Prosser Chamber of Commerce is helping local businesses grow. Coming up, a deep dive into how the chamber is stepping in and helping their community. That's coming up in your next half hour.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Dinosaur Adventure roars into Yakima. 1 weekend only. Yakima Sundo. With life-size dinosaurs and massive family fun. Experience the thrill of the prehistoric age featuring the ferocious T-Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and more. Go on a realistic fossil dig. Take a ride on your favorite dinosaur. Bounce around in the prehistoric playground and a baby dinosaur meet and greet. Take an amazing dinosaur adventure. January 24th and 25th. Yakima Sundo. Tickets at dinosauradventure.com.
Start the new year off right with a new 2026 Kia Sportage Hybrid, loaded with advanced driver assistance features like Smart Cruise, forward collision avoidance, blind spot warning, and more. All this and 35 miles per gallon combined EPA fuel economy rating. Now just $31,930 after discount and rebate. Test drive a Sportage Hybrid today. Over Turf Kia Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
Even on an antidepressant, there are days I feel stuck in my head. Depression symptoms like sadness and low energy can hold me back. I wanted to break through. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in-store today. Save on essentials, including Adams 36-ounce peanut butter, sale priced at $7.99. Prilosec 42-count tablets are sale priced at $19.99. Bi-Mart 30-roll bath tissue or 12-roll paper towels are also just $19.99 each. Plus, find clearance items in the middle of your savings book, including clothing, sporting goods, electronics, and more. Save through January 19th at employee-owned Bi-Mart.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
It's the weekend.
It's the weekend.
How's it looking for the weekend?
I mean, it's looking kind of the same as it's been looking all week. We'll have, it's going to be very gray.
Yeah.
There's going to be fog. It's going to be cold. It's going to be, hey, at least it's going to be dry.
And for a lot of people, it's a long weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No work, no school Monday for a lot of people. My kids even have Tuesday off.
4-day weekend.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Was that everything for, did y'all ever get a 4-day weekend?
Yeah. I never felt like I got as much school off as these kids.
Oh, I feel like I got a lot of days off.
But hey.
But sometimes that was my choice.
We'll have to find some puzzles to do inside.
Yes. Yes, it's going to be, even though it's not going to be the worst weather outside, it's just not going to be very fun to be outside.
You can make it fun, though.
Yeah, make it fun.
You can make anything fun, right? All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look.
I don't know. You can try, I guess.
I'm not going to say the things that cannot be fun.
Let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. Yeah, it's going to be gray. It's going to be cold. It's going to be foggy in some instances. The forecast is going to stay dry. And like we said, those temperatures will be cold, but pretty normal for this time of the year. This pattern is going to continue through 4 p.m. on Tuesday at the very least. For now, we'll focus in on the fog aspect of this forecast. Right now, 6:30 in the morning, we're seeing some very dense fog in the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, and for the Blue Foothills. Thus far, we really haven't seen it in bulk for the lower Columbia Basin, but that could come to fruition a little bit later this morning. So all of us, I'm thinking, all of us going to see fog to some extent for today, and those leftover low-lying stratus clouds, not much sunshine to be seen for today. Then for tonight, the fog coming back. And then for tomorrow, it looks as if it's going to return and do the same thing that we're expecting for today. You can find all of these graphics posted online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. That covers us for the fog. We'll talk about the air stagnation and also a preview of some of your climate numbers. All that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. We begin this half hour of news in Prosser, where the Chamber of Commerce has a new director with a focus on growing industry and supporting local businesses.
Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with the new director about her goals for the chamber and the community.
The Prosser Chamber of Commerce has been a staple in the community for more than 80 years. Founded in 1941, the chamber works as a central hub for local businesses, offering advertising opportunities, promotional tools at chamber events, discounted printing services, and recommendations for visitors coming into town. Executive Director Nicole Jeck says the chamber represents businesses across a wide range of industries.
A pottery studio, we have the Princess Theater, we have car dealerships.
Jeck stepped into the role about 3 months ago and says one of her biggest early challenges has been membership, as some businesses weigh the value of joining during a slower time of year.
We're kind of struggling with membership at the moment as far as having businesses find value in what they're receiving for benefits, although we're a very small team. We're a team of 2.
Despite that, Jeck says she's optimistic membership and business activity will increase as Prosser moves out of its slower winter season and into the busier months ahead.
For Christmas, things kind of slow down and the climate seems to be a little bit on the slower side, but I know we're quickly approaching our more peak season, and so I know things will start to pick up. And I'm sure that those businesses will start to see an increase in traffic and sales.
As a new director, Jeck says that she's also focused on learning Prosser's history and building relationships with local businesses to better understand their needs.
I'm actually participating in a leadership class right now to learn more about the history and how rich it is in this town. And just there's so much to learn about the history of each business.
She adds that one of the chamber's strengths is the ability to draw visitors from across the region, often surprising even longtime residents.
I've attended a lot of these things and I've seen firsthand, the amount of people that our events and our attractions draw. And it's surprising, like people will travel to come to our events, and it's surprising and it's wonderful to see, that our small town can produce something that's so enticing for others to want to come partake in.
The Prosser Chamber of Commerce says it's taking an active approach to growing membership and helping businesses succeed. In Prosser, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And chamber officials say they also plan to focus on educating businesses about the benefits of membership.
All this as they work to increase participation throughout the year. And keep it here, because coming up next, Crumble Cookies is stirring things up. Could donuts be next? We'll see what the bakery is testing behind the scenes. That is coming up in just a few minutes.
Plus, the King of Beer is celebrating like royalty. Don't miss the limited edition cans honoring Budweiser's long history. We're going to tell you all about it coming up after the break. And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from our Legends Casino and Hotel camera in Toppenish. And you can see the fog just settling in there through the valley. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth is going to break down your first alert forecast as we make our way into the weekend.
Kraken, Mammoths. Coverage begins at 2 Saturday on My Network TV.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
Trump conservative Amanda McKinney knows how to deliver for Central Washington. As Yakima County Commissioner, McKinney fought government overreach, protected Second Amendment rights, and stood up for Washington's farmers and ranchers. In Congress, Amanda McKinney will fight to advance President Trump's agenda. That means securing the border, improving affordability by lowering everyday costs, and defending rural Washington. Amanda McKinney, America First, Central Washington always. Washington Rising is responsible for the content of this advertising.
These other guys don't have protein like me. Up to 35 grams in my protein bowls, or try my 2 for $6 Jack Wraps. If I'm saying something that's not true, do something about it. Try my protein bowls and Jack Wraps. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients and sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
Attention viewers. Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday at 9 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, January 25th at 9 a.m.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
These are Apple Valley News Now cruisers, and they go where news happens.
I'm reporting in Kenwood and Walla Walla.
Reporting from Granger. Our television station leads the way with local news you trust.
We are Apple Valley News Now, and we're on your side.
Always on your side. Next live, Walton Goggins plus Haley Lou Richardson, and we reveal hidden dangers at home for kids.
Remember when we child-proofed the whole house?
I do.
And then we couldn't get into anything.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is that time of the week again, time to go over our climate numbers. We start off with the seasonal rainfall numbers that we've been tracking since October 1st. And on the left-hand side of the graphic, you see what we've actually, the rainfall we've actually received during that time frame. The middle of the graphic are the numbers that we would typically expect. And then the percent difference is on the right-hand side of the graphic. So green means rainfall surpluses, red means rainfall deficits. And we're just breaking even right now for the Blue Foothills. You see the Blue Foothills of Umatilla County have a 4% surplus. The Blue Foothills of Walla Walla County have a 4% deficit. So we'll just call it even and say that the Blue Foothills are right on par. But the valleys and the basins still seeing very good numbers, although with our lack of rainfall over the past couple weeks, these surpluses have definitely lost a little bit of ground. But if you look at all the water in the Yakima Basin, at least in the reservoirs, if you tally that up, if you compare it to the water we would typically have for January 15th and 16th, we have 37% more water. That is an excellent surplus. And when you compare that to the benchmark for a severe drought, which is when a basin has 25% less water than typical, we are beating that by a big margin. But there's a little bit of nuance to these numbers here. And it's that if the snowpack is really lacking when the snow melt happens during the spring, then this number right here is going to go down in a hurry. And it could go down very fast, especially if we have a huge deficit of snowfall up in the mountains. And folks, we almost have a 50% deficit of snowfall in the Yakima Basin. This is a very, just objectively, this is a very bad number. Now, also objectively, we still have a few more months of winter to go. It can sometimes come on late and strong, and if that happens, then we're going to be all good. Now let's pivot over to the blues. This is the McKay Dam. Current reservoir levels, we have 19% less water than we typically would for this time of the year, and that is getting very close to that severe drought benchmark, and this number is even worse when you factor in the snowpack here in the blues, as this deficit is even worse in comparison to what we're seeing in the Cascades. We're below average by about 60 percentage points, so this is really not encouraging, and that lack of snow is also impacting our ski resorts. Here's your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer. The base depth at Schweitzer is only 17 inches. That's got to be right on the margin of being able to operate. Then for Ski Bluewood, this base depth, not much better, only 24 inches. And then for White Pass, the base depth here is 22 inches. And we have another week to go where we're just not going to have any snowfall in the forecast. So those base depths, just by definition, are going to have to go down before, fingers crossed, eventually they rebound back up. And again, the forecast is going to stay very dry over the next week. We'll tell you why that's happening and tell you why maybe there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 641, taking a look at business this morning. And for those with a sweet tooth, Crumbl Cookies has set the record straight on what the bakery chain is up to.
So last week, rumors began swirling on social media that Crumbl is developing a line of donuts. The Utah-based company remained tight-lipped, but finally spoke out yesterday.
It said the company is, in fact, testing donuts. Caveat, though, it doesn't necessarily mean the stores are going to sell them anytime soon or even ever.
Right now, the donuts are only in the early internal testing phase, and Crumbl says it doesn't have any plans yet to launch them.
All right, well, finally, a very special happy birthday to Budweiser, turning 150 this year. In celebration, the classic beer is launching some limited edition heritage cans.
There are 4 different collectible can designs. They were inspired by Budweiser cans from the 1950s, 80s, or 90s, as well as a special one for 2026.
Each one says made in America for 150 years, and they are sold in a 12-pack, available now at stores.
Okay, so let's go and get some.
Cheers to
just
that.
Needed an excuse, right?
Cheers to the weekend. Yeah, exactly. All right, there's so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and giving you a live look outside from our dust levels camera in Pasco. It is 6:42, and when we come back, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert is going to have your full first alert forecast and what you can expect as you head into this long weekend.
And look at all those cars. They're going to go get the cans right now.
They're on their way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Ready to refresh your home for less? At the Tri-County Partners Habitat store, find home upgrades, electrical, lighting, flooring, furniture, outdoor pavers, and more at affordable prices. And new this season, we design and sell custom cabinets. Best of all, every purchase supports Habitat's mission, helping build homes for local families. Great prices, greater purpose. Visit the Habitat store today. Your next project starts here.
Ripiamo degli lieti calici che la Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
This new year, refresh your space with comfort that fits your life. From living rooms made for relaxing, to dining rooms made for gathering, and bedrooms designed for better rest. Enjoy our free white glove delivery service and make it yours with 31 months interest-free financing. For our lowest prices of the year, visit a More Furniture near you or shop now at morefurniture.com.
Start the new year off right with a new 2026 Kia Sportage Hybrid, loaded with advanced driver assistance features like Smart Cruise, forward collision avoidance, blind spot warning, and more. All this and 35 miles per gallon combined EPA fuel economy rating. Now just $31,930 after discount and rebate. Test drive a Sportage Hybrid today. Over Turf Kia Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
A replay of last night's Kraken game today at noon on the new My Network TV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will continue to keep the forecast dry through next Wednesday or Thursday, but by next Friday, maybe we could reintroduce some precip chances to the forecast, which would be a very welcome change. But in the meantime, we still have this area of high pressure that is dominating the Pacific Rim, and that is shielding the west coast of the United States from seeing any active weather. So all this that's off in the Pacific, if the high pressure weren't here, it would impact us. But the high pressure is here, so that means that these storm systems are getting steered up and around us. That'll continue to keep us dry for at least the next week-ish, right? So let's take it back to today in the Yakima Valley. We're going to keep the forecast dry and mostly foggy all throughout the day, at least if yesterday was any indication. So it's going to be gray, it's going to be foggy, and it will be cold as high temperatures are going to have a hard time making it to 40 degrees, which is pretty normal for this time of the year. Okay, you can see hour by hour precip chances, wind gust, temperatures. There's not much to see in the precip chance or wind gust department, but you can see many hour by hour weather variables for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. And to that point, again, it's kind of comical, but I think it really drives home the point. No rain chances in the Yakima Valley over the next 7 days. But if this extended out to Friday or Saturday, I think we would start to see 10%, 20%, as there are some early indications from model consensus that the pattern could flip by the end of next week. We'll see if that pans out. High temperatures staying pretty steady over the next 7 days, pretty normal for the middle to late parts of January, which means we'll be right around 40 degrees in the Yakima Valley for the most part, a little bit closer to 45 by next Thursday. And those overnight lows also staying fairly steady as we'll keep it in the low to mid 20s, at least in the Yakima Valley. So here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, keeping the forecast dry with freezing fog possible over the next handful of mornings. And then in Yakima, socked in with fog and low-lying clouds for the next 5 days at least. Then for Ellensburg, maybe a few hours of afternoon sunshine each day, but otherwise a foggy and gray forecast. Then for Hermiston, a cold and dry forecast that stays foggy and cloudy through at least Tuesday. And then for Walla Walla, also tracking air stagnation and fog through Tuesday, maybe finally seeing something else later next week. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details shedding light on the mental health challenges accused killer Nick Reiner faced in the years leading up to the deaths of his parents Rob and Michelle Reiner. The New York Times reports in 2020, Reiner was placed in a year-long mental health conservatorship, meaning a judge determined he had a grave disability, unable to provide for his basic personal needs because of a mental health disorder, allowing him to be involuntarily held for psychiatric treatment.
This evidence that Nick Reiner was in a LPS conservatorship within the last 5 years could help his case. Again, within 5 years, he completely lacked the ability to care for himself or to know what was going on around him. that could then be brought forward as an analogy that it happened before and it was likely happening again.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the very latest on Nick Reiner with your GMA First Look. I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:50. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. We're learning the world has hit a notable milestone in nuclear testing. As of yesterday, it's been 8 years, 4 months, and 13 days without a nuclear test. The Union of Concerned Scientists says this is the longest stretch of time the world has gone without a nuclear explosion. The last test was done in September 2017 by North Korea. The United States' last nuclear weapon test was in 1992. And overall, the world has seen more than 2,000 nuclear tests by 8 nations since the dawn of the nuclear era in 1945. That's when the U.S. exploded an atomic device in New Mexico, and that was called the Trinity test.
6:51 of your business headlines. Parent company of luxury retailer Saks Fifth Avenue filed for bankruptcy protection earlier this week. Saks Global filed for Chapter 11 protection in U.S. bankruptcy court for the Southern District of Texas. This marks the first major retailer bankruptcy of the new year. The company had struggled with a heavy debt load following its purchase of rival Neiman Marcus in 2024. Saks Global was the product of former Saks owner HBC, buying Neiman Marcus for nearly $2.7 billion.
In your health headlines this morning, we're learning more Americans are surviving cancer. According to a new report from the American Cancer Society, 70% of Americans with cancer stay alive at least 5 years after their initial diagnosis. And that's a milestone because it's up from 50% in the 1970s. ACS says cancer deaths are declining mostly due to fewer people smoking, also earlier detection and improved treatments. Over 2.1 million Americans are predicted to be diagnosed with cancer this year.
6:52 talking sports this morning, and federal prosecutors have charged at least 26 people in a basketball game rigging scheme. According to court documents, it all started in 2022 in the Chinese Basketball Association. The indictment claims the fixers also enlisted college basketball players to fix NCAA games. The players were recruited to make sure there were certain outcomes in games, and the fixers placed millions of dollars in wagers, and the participating players were paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. The defendants are charged with bribery in sporting contest and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. 6:53 now to the top 5 local things you need to know this morning, starting in Kennewick, where people gathered last night to discuss a proposed group home for high-risk sex offenders. Community members and local officials spoke out, expressing concerns about safety for kids and elderly neighbors. The group is urging people to contact the Washington Department of Social and Health Services, and they're considering hiring an attorney who previously helped block a similar home elsewhere. Now, this discussion focused on finding a balance between community safety and the agreements currently underway.
And ODOT is facing a funding shortfall of $242 million. This comes after portions of a transportation bill became delayed because of a statewide referendum. Without new revenue, road maintenance could be slowed, DMV services reduced, and hundreds of employees could be affected. Governor Tina Kotek is urging lawmakers to address funding soon to avoid any service cuts.
Taking you to Sunnyside, where a new mayor has been elected. Vicky Frausto is bringing years of local experience as a former council member, also marking history as the first Latina mayor. She joins Deputy Mayor Julia Hart to create the city's first all-female mayoral team. Frausto says her priorities include building community trust, strengthening relationships with local businesses, and bringing visionary leadership to Sunnyside. She hopes to secure resources both locally and at the state and federal levels to support the city's future.
And the Prosser Chamber of Commerce has been a hub for local businesses for over 80 years, and the Chamber provides advertising opportunities, event promotions, discounted services, and recommendations for visitors. According to the executive director, membership can be challenging during slower months, but she's confident that business will pick up in the spring. She's also focusing on building relationships with local businesses to better support their needs.
And in Richland, the American Red Cross is hosting a New Year and New School event at the Riverfront Hotel to train people in hands-only CPR. The goal is to teach 100 participants in just an hour. Cardiac arrest can happen anywhere and every second counts, so the training gives community members the confidence to act before first responders arrive. As of the event, 28 of the 100 spots have already been filled.
Trending now this morning, is this item hard to resist or a hard pass? Candy that tastes like soup.
Progresso is bringing back its hard candy like soup drops for National Soup Month. So the flavors include chicken noodle, tomato basil, and beef pot roast.
The company is offering a bundle which includes a can of actual soup. It's available in January while supplies last through Walmart.
What do y'all think?
So
it's hard to picture, like,
how does it work? Like, are you supposed to just eat it like candy? Like a Jolly Rancher? And you just like suck on it and it tastes like chicken noodle soup?
That's kind of the impression I got.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like a concentrate situation where you like would drop it in water in a bowl and it would then like make soup.
I think I'd be interested if it would like trick my brain into thinking it's food. Like if I'm so hungry.
It's super Willy Wonka.
But I don't have time to like go get something.
Yeah.
So can I, Willy Wonka like can I,
can I just
eat that and be like, okay, I'm full now. Like trick my brain. Because sometimes when I'm cooking, it tricks my brain that I'm full because I've been smelling it. I don't know. Is that just me? No?
That's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
It's like companies like McDonald's uses red and yellow because those colors make you hungrier. There's like actual science behind it.
The more you know.
Right?
I know.
But just because, just a quick little note on the candy, just because you can do something,
maybe you
should do it.
I'll just trying it out.
One of my favorite mottos. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
You should.
All right, get us out the door this morning. Are we seeing fog here locally?
We are not seeing it in the Tri-Cities. We've kind of been shielded. We've gotten, honestly, pretty lucky over these last couple mornings. But just know, it is closing in on us. Very thick fog in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys and for the Blue Foothills. So within the next couple hours, if the cloud layer got down Hermiston or the Tri-Cities, wouldn't be too surprised. And those temperatures are very close to freezing, if not below freezing. All that to say, a lot of this could be freezing fog, could see some slick spots out on the roadways. Please, please, please just take it slow on your morning commute. And the visibility is going to be bad anyway, so that's an additional reason to take it slow. Here's your hourly forecast for this Friday for the Tri-Cities. A whole bunch of gray out there. It is going to be a gloomy Friday, but hey, at least it is a Friday. Those temperatures are going to be around 40 degrees. We'll keep the forecast right through next Wednesday, maybe a pattern flip by the end of next week.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We're back tonight with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.